Merry Christmas, Potterheads. My name is Cameron, and some of you probably know me from my Book Movie Guy channel here in BookTube. For those of you who don't know me, I have been doing BookTube for about 5-6 years now, so I've been around for a little while, and I've always done a lot of Harry Potter content on my channel, so I was really happy when Maureen asked me to be a part of this channel this year. I love Harry Potter, to say the least, and I am always up to talk about it just a little bit more. So since I have produced so much Harry Potter content on my channel, I didn't want to repeat anything from there, so I decided to talk about something a little bit more personal that I've never talked about on my channel before, and that is how I connected to Harry Potter when I was a kid versus how I connect to it now as an adult. When I first started journeying into the world of Harry Potter, I was probably 7-8 years old, and it was just before the first movie was about to come out, so I was very excited about it. I pestered my dad into reading the first book to me since I was a little bit too young to read them at that age, as he said. So my dad read me the first couple of chapters, and then he stopped, and I wanted him to read me more, but he just didn't have time, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to pick it up myself, and I'm going to read it. And I didn't have any problems reading it at 7 years old, so I just powered through the first few books until the movie came out, and then I started reading the books as they came out and watching the movies as they came out as well. I fell in love with Harry Potter, and I just couldn't get enough of it. I connected so much to the magic and the creatures and just all of the awesome things about Hogwarts. When I was in school, I was bullied a lot, and I didn't have very many friends, and then I started homeschooling when I was in 8th grade, so I fell back on Harry Potter a lot in terms of getting me away from everything that was going on inside of my head. I was able to kind of live through Harry. He had a very nice group of friends that I really wanted, so I was able to get to know these characters, and they felt like friends to me. And then there was this amazing school, and while my school was like a prison for me, Hogwarts was this magical, amazing place that I wanted to go to so very badly. And by reading the books, watching the movies, and playing the video games, I felt like I was really there. So Harry Potter was an escape for me as a kid, and then as I got older and got to the point that I'm at now as a 23-year-old, I connect to it in the same kind of way. It's an escape, but it also helps me out in other areas of my life. The story gets a lot darker as it goes on, and while I finished the final book when I was 17 years old, the same age as Harry, I wasn't going through a lot of the same things that he was going through at the time. There was a lot of, he was losing a lot of people, there was a lot of death, and I hadn't lost all that many people by then. But reading it now that I have gone to a lot of funerals and seen a lot of loved ones pass on, I connect to it in a much different way. J.K. Rowling has written a story that is very much about grief, and like she said, the Dementors were as a metaphor for her depression that she had been through at the time, and it really shows through in the writing. And like I said, yes, it's a story about grief, and there's some elements of depression in there, but it's not just about that as just this entity of depression. It's about overcoming that and having the people around you who can help you through. Now, while I have depressed times in my life, and I still kind of go through that at times with anxiety and stuff, I tend to keep everything in. I tend to put on a smile, and I don't really show that to anybody. I feel like I have to deal with it on my own, and the first place I usually turn to is Harry Potter. I'll put on one of the movies, I'll go back and read one of the books. It helps me to get away from all of that stuff and to face my demons without me really even knowing it. And I'm feeling just a little bit emotional right now just talking about it, so I think I'm gonna cut this off here. That is what Harry Potter means to me. It is a fun, magical escape, but also a little bit therapeutic, and it helps me through those rough spots in my life. Thank you all so much for watching this, and thanks again to Maureen for inviting me to do a video for this channel. I really appreciate it. I hope all of you have an amazing Christmas, and I will see you guys over at my channel.